alien spaceships travel from 40 trillion miles away. Jeremy the Entrepreneur back with another awesome banger video. Subscribe. Zeta Reticuli star system is where we believe all these alien spaceships are actually coming from. Some are actually going underwater, but far out to say, some are actually observed by normal people like you and me. Especially when people were saying the robots were from the future, they're robots from the future, which are aliens, or they're saying they're aliens or creatures. They're some type of mutated person, possibly. But the aliens taking cows away from farms to experiment on them is not normal. And when I see these crop circles and these aliens taking these cows away, I kind of really think, is this real or not? Like, is there actually aliens taking cows from farms, and the farmers are freaking out? They're like, "Ah, my cows! My cows are getting taken away in crop circles, or literally everywhere around this farm." And as a rancher myself, when I'm walking around my farm, I'm seeing these crop circles, and people calling me crazy. And it's just not fair that the news is saying that it's all my fault, that I'm hallucinating, or I'm not saying I'm not on drugs, but I'm not on drugs. But that's what like social media and the news have been lightly saying. But this is me cleaning the air, which is actually happening on this farm and in the entire United States of America and pretty much the entire world, where Zeta Reticuli star system, 40 light years away, this planet ZR3, it actually exists with all these magical creatures and aliens. And get this is actually like above top secret clearance. So above secret clearance is galactic clearance. A lot of people don't explain what this actually is. Galactic clearance is that you're a level above. It's basically president level discovery. So you know about the all the different spaceships. You know that a while back we were reverse engineering on a base alien technology, and we had real aliens. We still have connection with these alien beings, that they're, because if they actually announce this to the entire world, there would be bank runs. There would be bank runs, and the entire economy may collapse or may not. I'm not trying to put that fear out there, but it's all connected. Where they were in the military base, right? And we were not me, but the soldiers were shooting a assault rifle at an alien, and it just reversed the bullet straight back at the team. So there's a military galactic clearance agent that was shooting a assault rifle at aliens, and they reversed all the bullets and reversed it right back at them. So the bullets came straight at the galactic clearance military employee, and it just goes straight back at them. So it's it's pretty much supernatural that we are not even told about the story. It's like top secret, and I feel like some of the governments that may be around us are hiding these secrets of these alien technologies, such as Zeta Reticuli, that we already know has a ZR3 planet on there. That they actually, around 1989, they brought Element 115, or Ethereum 115, which was a stable version of Element 115. So if you don't know what a stable version of Element 115, it's basically Illyrium 115, because the 115 that we know about on the periodic chart is not stable, so it's unstable. So a stable version actually is on this planet ZR3, which is yet again 40 light years away. How does the government actually know this? Because they know we're in connection with them. That's how they know about ZR3. That's how they have galactic clearance. That we're not even allowed to know that top secret clearance is the highest clearance, where there's obviously 5 to 10 levels more above that with secret weapons, supersonic, like laser beam weapons and stuff like that, that we're not supposed to know about. Some was even used, if you know about Venezuela, some of that top secret technology was used that is only available in galactic clearance, that actually went down to top secret and then was fully announced. It's It's pretty unbelievable that we're not even notified about what is actually going on our own goddamn planet. On our own fucking planet. Well, most people are struggling in life. No one has money. Everyone's unemployed. There was a million people unemployed last year. But, and we can't know about this information about zeta reticuli. Come on. That's what I think. Request a Cameo, link in below, and I can talk about aliens and stuff with that with you. If you request a Cameo, it really helps me out, and the link is in the bio below. Really is awesome. This reverse, that brings me to my next topic about, I'm going to go back to Zeta Reticuli, but reverse engineering is a technology of these spaceships in 1989 to where it's limitless power. We have unlimited amount of power in these alien spaceships that can survive a nuclear blast. If a nuclear blast actually goes off, these spaceships actually have force fields and they're visible to light, so they can't be knocked off if we're in the apocalypse. A nuclear blast actually did go off in that scenario. Not saying it will or will not in the future, but we do have this technology of these force fields, which are invisible to light because it's just gray matter technology, which is a Illyrium 115 or Element 115. It's just a stable version of that, where these force fields and is invisible to light. Also, it can create black holes. And sometimes we see these spaceships that are in the air. Like I look up and I see these spaceships that are creating black holes that are visible to human beings, and they have force fields on them that can survive a nuclear blast. And they're going through black holes at the speed of trillions of miles an hour. That we don't can't comprehend how fast they are actually going because it's anti gravity. The only known thing we actually know is actually gravity. We do not even understand anti gravity yet. Anti gravity is just another version of Illyrium 115 or Element 115, where anti gravity is as I would explain here, it's a anti gravity, if you guys don't know already, is the exact force of gravity. It's the exact opposite that hasn't been discovered yet. Anti gravity is impossible, except between matter and antimatter theory itself. Gravity is repulsive, where gravity always attracts. So even though we haven't discovered this anti-gravity gray matter technology that is repulsive, which brings spaceships up and can travel hundreds millions of miles per hour using repulsive technology, then our gravity has attractive technology. Whether and even like our entire bodies, we have where it's all interconnected, where our pieces of our body, like if we look at our hands, we look at our fingernails, everything is communicating with each other. Like even our hair, everything is communicating. Like that's when someone yawns, we yawn because we're just communicating with another person of what we're visually seeing, and then it's an automatic reaction. Hopefully that's not too crazy for you. That all of our body, like we don't even know if we're actually in the video game or not. Like, are we actually in the video game where we're progressing to the point of having, let's say, millions of robots, and then those robots actually turn into aliens that they can shape shift into other different things that we do not understand yet to be discovered. Even though we believe magic is yet to be discovered, our phone is magic, making money is magic. Having a wife and kids is magic. All this stuff around us, we can't explain. We can't explain why the fucking moon is in the air and is not falling towards us. We cannot explain gravity because it doesn't exist. Gravity doesn't exist. We just believe it exists. That's why we call it gravity. Even though our cells are communicating with each other, this is only what we believe is real. Similar to when that galactic clearance military person shot a assault rifle on aliens and it reversed all the bullets right back at them. How the fuck can we explain that? That is not gravity. That is something completely different that we do not even understand yet. But even though we understand where Zeta Reticuli is, we're in direct communication with aliens. And if our government, that our president right now wants to unravel the information of galactic clearance that he's not even allowed to do. We're thinking that the president has the authority to reveal alien information when he actually doesn't. That's the real crazy part, because it's a private corporation that's actually containing all these alien spaceships. It's a private corporation. I do not know the name of it. Inside our own government, in actually multiple governments, this private organization that works with the aliens and Zeta Reticuli, knowing that we're 40 trillion years away in the Zero 3 planet, these creatures that can fly in the air and shapeshift into random things, and how they travel is a spaceship to not somehow burn up in the atmosphere. All these, and they can create black holes and disappear whenever they want. They're visible to light, because we only understand what we actually see is actually real. If we do, let me take a sip of my Snapple. When we're at our 9 to 5 jobs, we think that we're in a capitalistic economy where most of the stuff we're hearing is either real or not. And how can you explain that we aren't alone in this world? We're definitely controlled by multiple entities, a private corporation of galactic clearance that is above the fucking president of the United States, above the clearance, galactic clearance. There's private organizations. There is, and they don't want me to say this. Maybe they do not. But there's galactic clearance, there private corporations, and then there's the aliens themselves that are controlling stuff. And then we have the president, and then everyone below the president, though we do not know if the government's actually corrupted, infiltrated by the aliens, which I believe is actually the case, based on how can in 1989 we know about some information about one of the alien spaceships crashing from Zero 3 into soil, and then they're saying, oh, it's a weather balloon. It's all this weather balloons. Like, they think we're stupid. They think we're like dumb people. Like, that we can't comprehend. Like, we're going a bank run because aliens are revealed, or if we're somehow in an invasion of some sort that I do not comprehend yet, that I do not understand when that event will happen, or will it ever happen. And when they go into the universe, they say, like, how can we even explain the sun? The sun is just a burning ball of like, why doesn't the sun just burn everything to a crisp? Like, a lot of these things are not making sense, and please help me make sense. Like, even if I go to a 9 to 5 job, how the hell does that make sense when we're created, let's say, in this video game of a world that we're just supposed to work for nothing and be happy and own nothing and be in thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt? How is this even making any sense? That's unless this is all controlled by the top down. From the top, it goes down. Like, it's unbelievable that we fall for some of this stuff, and we can't fall for simple basic stuff. And a lot of the stuff that is not revealed to us is classified above that clearance. And what about the other clearances? Like, there you have galactic clearance, and there's 10 levels above that. What are those other 9 clearances? Like, that's what I want to get into more in this video. But thanks for watching right now. I have another parts of this video. I'm making this a whole hour video, an hour and 20 minutes. So, like, get your popcorn, get your pretzel bites, get your cheese, hang out with your girlfriend or girlfriend, grab your boyfriend, and we're about to go into the craziest conversation you will hear all year. Keep staying tuned and subscribe. Marriage is a scam. Also, dating apps, also a scam. Both of them are scams. John Jacob Jiggler Himmler Schmidt drove you. That's who actually drove you to this destination of this YouTube video. John Jacob Jiggler Himmler Schmidt drove us to this point. John has drove us to this point of John Jacob Jiggler Himmler drove us to this point of talking about marriage as a scam. Like, let's talk about divorces. How wickedly expensive they are. Pretty much you lose half the house to the wife. You lose the dog, you lose the pets, you lose your entire family, you lose half the house, you lose your pretty much almost your entire life savings. And we call marriage is something that works anymore. When we all know clearly it doesn't work no more. Like when we go, just imagine a cheating wife or husband. Let's just say a cheating wife in this scenario. So her husband's off to war. He's having a good time with his buddies, and he's like calling his wife, "Oh, wife, I love you. I love you so much. Like, love, 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 love." And at the same time, the wife is also fucking the neighbor, and that wife actually has kids with him. And then guess what? The wife that's fucking the neighbor has a kid with him, and she doesn't tell the husband that's off the war, saving her country more or less, and she's just banging, screwing the neighbor, and maybe the entire town. Maybe the entire town this woman is fucking on. And we don't know. But I'm just saying, it's kind of concerning to me. It would be kind of concerning to you. That why do we accept this as a reality? That our wife is just like, we're the third wheel and we get disrespected, and the wife is fucking the neighbors and having like sexual shit, crazy animal shit in the neighbor's house. And they're having a great time, and they're rolling around in the bed for having marathon sex sessions while we're just the husband. We're just the husband, and they're having marathon sex sessions of love, and and the wife is not telling the husband that's off the war. Like, kind of screwed up. Just saying. Even though John Jacob Jiggler, Himmy or Skimmy, it drove us here, he even thinks himself this is very concerning. It's the cheating girlfriend fucks the neighbor, and she's just a gold digger. She really is. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit that she's the gold digger. It's bullshit that she fucks the neighbor and has sexual marathons with him all day long. She has sexual marathons all day long. It's crazy. I kind of just crashed out right there. But it's just super concerning, and it's just bullshit. That's what it is. It's just the security sport and the jealousy. I'm drinking my brisk iced tea right here, and it's delicious. Security and support. I mean, you get no security having a wife or having a husband, and the support is pretty much zero. It's always jealousy. Like you're jealous of your husband staring at a woman's ass, or the husband is asking other women out on dates while he has a wife. Just the woman yells at the guy constantly and just nagging him. It's like, why didn't you do this right? Why didn't you do this right? Why is this not correct? No one wants to live like that. No one wants to actually live life where someone's like nagging and yelling at you, at a job, or God forbid that's your wife or husband. That's actually being yelling at you when they're supposed to love you. They're supposed to love you, and they're yelling at you. They're like, nah, 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 nah. I mean, this should be clean. This is nah, 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 da, 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 da. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? All these things. It's a waste of our time, and the government just completely benefits on it. Like we're saying that like the government doesn't benefit on it. Who does the government really benefit? They benefit on fucking everything. The government benefits on everything in life that we have in our financial dreams. They benefit on that. That's why we're being taxed at 20% when we only make poverty wages. This is why this is all going on. Like, this woman that's fucking the neighbor is probably a gold digger. And if we go in the definition of what actually a gold digger is, behavior focused on a financial exploitation rather than emotional connection. So she's not focused on emotional connection at all. Her behavior is focused solely on your financials. Like, hey, how much money do you have in your bank account? Can you buy this Chanel bag for me? Can you buy this Louis Vuitton purse for me? Stuff like that is kind of like she's not there for emotional support, but she's there behavior focused on financial exploitation. You got to watch out for, because that's actually what the definition of an actual gold digger is just she's completely taking advantage of you, and while she has multiple boyfriends or whatever the hell she's doing, or she thinks men are replaceable and stuff like this, she may believe, she may not believe. I mean, like me personally, in my life, I will not never let try not to let gold digger affect my life. There's one time where I dated this woman that she was from Allentown, and she was such a gold digger, dude. Like this is when I had my Dodge Charger, and she was like such a gold digger. I was paying for her entire life and stuff like that. Then I realized I was like, oh shit, she's actually a gold digger. And the definition, like it says here, behavior focused on financial explanation. I mean, she was kind of a dancer and stuff like that. At the same time, I mean, she may or may not be a dancer. Don't think I can say that on YouTube, but the red flags that we look for besides behavior focused on financial explanation is excessive behaviors on financials. So she's specifically focused on what can you get for her, then bring emotional connection. That's number one. There's actually five of them here. Two is unrealistic expectations. So she wants a big house. She wants a mansion. She wants everything to go her way. But it's not a one-way street in life. You have to have two ways to go than just one. Like this is not a one-way street. There's two ways. So unrealistic expectations, having a bigger house and then keep upgrading to a mansion and Ferraris and keep and it never ends. Like the financial unrealistic expectations as well never actually ends. Where they keep increasing. Like, oh, I want a bigger house. I want a nicer car. I want, a bigger family. Stuff like that doesn't actually end. Prioritizing using credit and stuff like that. So if you're like, oh, you could just put it on credit. Or like, hey, the woman is asking the husband, hey, I'm just going to put it on credit. But guess what? Credit is the thing that's actually destroying the world right now. Like we're in trillions of dollars of debt. This is what's actually destroying us is these behaviors focus on greed and excessive behavior on financials is a thing that's actually destroying us right now. As John Jacob Jigler actually is quoted actually saying, like in this quote here, he says yet again, Jacob Jigler, Hemier, Schmidt is actually behavior focused on financial exploitation rather than emotional connection. And this all connects to where it's number four I have here. I think it's the last one, but ladder climbing. So she's trying to use you and then get to another night. Like, hey, I like older guys or something like that. She says, oh, I'll just jump to the next guy. I like you're replaceable. Stuff like that. Hey, you realize you're replaceable and stuff like that. I can just find another boyfriend. Stuff like that. The girlfriend's actually saying. And it's bullshit. You gotta watch out for these women. You gotta watch out for the explicit women, as like John Jacob Jiggler, Hemi or Schmidt is actually telling you that you should watch out for these women out here or these husbands out here. I'm just saying, you got to really watch out, and you don't know what you're actually gonna get because like just imagine the amount of time it takes to sneak in through the neighbor's house and fuck the neighbor. Imagine the amount of time it takes. It probably takes a second, right? So the wife is thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna go chat with the neighbor," and the husband is out of town, right? He's at a war, or he's at the office, or the husband's actually thinking about other things, or do actually, God forbid, he actually works, right? And then the wife is like, "Oh, I'll talk to the neighbor," and the neighbor's always waving at his wife, and then the neighbor's like, "Oh, you're kind of hot. Hey, do you want a cup of coffee in here?" And then the wife just walks over and says, "Oh, yeah, that's a friendly gesture." And then next thing you know, the neighbor is flirting with your wife. So the neighbor starts flirting with your wife and starts like playfully touching each other, and then the next thing leads to the next, and then they're completely making out, and they both have wives or husbands, and they're just completely making out, and it's cheating, and it's wrong, and it's like so just like messed up, and it's just so. I mean, they may think it's hot in the moment, but they're actually destroying their relationships if the husband ever finds out. If he actually does find out, because the husband can maybe go his entire life and just not know that his wife is banging the neighbor and has another kid. Like his kid is not actually his unless he takes a DNA test. Like that's pretty crazy. I mean, that's something I would definitely watch out for. Like, imagine you take a DNA test and your kid's not yours or something, or like, hey, that's the neighbor's kid actually. Like, hey, that's my kid, but who who birthed this child? Who like had the fun with the wife, and it's not you, it's the neighbor. It's the neighbor. So you gotta watch out for your neighbors. You gotta watch out for your friends. You gotta watch out sometimes your family and stuff like that, or your job. You gotta watch out for everything in this life, and you never know when the wife is banging the neighbors. And it can happen at any time. I mean, the problem with social media, and that's why I want to bring this even goes deeper into the story that John Jacob Jiggler Hemier Schmidt actually talks about. So like he goes in detail about these dating apps. So there's these dating apps where it's just all a scam. It's completely a scam, just like marriages, where these dating apps is where you swipe endlessly. You keep swiping and you get nowhere, and you're just paying all these like swipe bonuses and all this stuff, and you never actually get anywhere. That's the problem with society, right? That's why 50% of people are single, or 50% of people aren't married and stuff like that. It's all related to dating apps and social media, and this culture of believing you have to date a millionaire. You should always keep climbing the ladder, and these women actually think this way, or the men actually are more traditional kind of deal. And it's like such a weird world where the more public power and position you have in life actually gives you such an upside that you have multiple women and stuff like that, where you're banging other husbands' wives and stuff like that. And it's such a crazy reality that's actually real, and more crazy stuff is happening than that. So like you're on dating apps and you get this low quality dating because these people aren't really serious. Let's be honest. These people on dating apps aren't serious at all. They're the lowest of the low. I mean, I'm not saying the lowest of the low. You're not going out there and talking to people in real life. But the thing is, unless you have power and respect and money, you're never going to really attract a woman because that's all they want. They want power, respect, and money. Most likely, I'm just spinning this out right now, where it's most likely two, just like John Jacob Jiggler actually, Jiggle is actually saying that a lot of this marriage is like you the diamond ring, the nice marriage, and everyone's hey, yeah, clapping for you and stuff like that. While next day or during the wedding, the wife is banging the another guy at the reception. You don't know what's going on in life. So why are you taking such a risk in life if you know that's going to ultimately lead in failure? So you're taking this risk of the wife banging other guys, and she's going to get tired of the guy most likely, and you keep arguing, and then there's a lot of people in these relationships, like a lot of these boomers in these relationships that have been around for like 7 or 10 years that are just tired of the relationships, and it's completely trashed, and it's the same thing every single day. It gets so repetitive life that you're living the same life over and over, and you're living the say go to 9 to 5 job, sleep, go to 9 to 5 job, sleep, go to your 9 to 5 job and sleep, go to 9 to 5 job, go out to dinner, go to 9 to 5 job, go to sleep, go to 9 to 5 job, your boss screams at you, go to 9 to 5 job, you go to sleep. It's like the same repetitive cycle over and over and over and over again, and it's just no life to live at all, knowing that I couldn't imagine being married. So imagine that entire situation while your wife is screaming at you at the same time. Imagine your wife is screaming at you while you're like 9 to 5 job, sleep, 9 to 5 job, sleep, 9 to 5 job, boss yells at you, your wife yells at you. Your boss yells at you, your wife yells at you. You start freaking out, crashing out at work, you start losing all your energy, and next thing you know that you're like, hey, I can't do this anymore. And that's where it all comes crashing down. It all comes crashing down in life. Your life comes all crashing down in life. 9 to 5 jobs, go to sleep, get yelled at what by your wife and boss. This is real life. And then your wife cheats on you and bangs a neighbor. This is all a combined package of life we call here. This is the combined package of life right here. You work your entire life, you go to recess and all these other things, and you have high school and you have a fun time, go to parties, and then real life is just shit. Real life just fucking sucks. That's real life. And it's just sad. It's just, why can't life be a party? Why does life just completely suck? That's why I think, at least that's what I believe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to keep this going into the video. Oh, the biggest video ever. Keep watching.